Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 86.
85 de Mario! 86 de Mario! It's Mario! Yeah.
3 weeks in a row, he says the same thing.
I'm going to say 85 all the way to 90.
He might. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
85 all the way to 90.
How about 85 until we win something?
Like this weekend.
All right, if we win, you got to go to 87.
Okay, I'll do that.
Is that a deal?
No. We're not doing the whole skipping a number thing again.
We already did it. No, this is 86.
We already did that.
This is 86.
Okay, right. Okay.
So if we win, he gets to go to 87.
All right.
Yeah. If not, I'm going to go say 85 again.
Yeah.
85,
Great.
85.
Fabulous.
85. You know, like, I would venture to say 75% of our audience has no idea anyways. So
Listen, I don't hear about it when you screw up. I don't. You're the one that gets the DMs exactly.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I don't care. Screw up all you want. I don't hear about it.
I get the DMs.
That was obvious 2 weeks ago.
How you boys doing? How you doing? Yeah.
How you doing?
Come on. I need more cowbell.
Let's go. What is days today? Wednesday, Thursday morning, people. Wake up. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to 2 days from an ass kicking.
Is that where we're going with? Ass kicking?
I'm not sure yet.
That was a strong.
I've got about an hour to figure it out.
Really, because you came out with ass kicking.
Yeah.
And that's all they're going to remember.
Again, I can say whatever I want. I didn't say which direction.
Let's
go. God. Do we get down a green tree now? Yeah, I want to get it. Yeah, get it going. What do you want to do?
Let's go.
Oh my God. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, listen, I have I came out and told you guys this. I don't know, probably like a couple of months ago. It was in the middle of the summer. But that I felt that the A&M game was the biggest game of the year for us on the schedule. And I stand by it. This is the game that either sets us on a course to go 5-0 to start the season or doesn't. And who knows what's at the end of that road.
Us on a course to go 4-1.
And listen, well, exactly. But it could be 4-1. It could be, who knows? Who knows? I say this is the biggest game of the year. So I said after last week's game that I wasn't feeling any less optimistic, and then watched A&M play, and I'm still feeling optimistic. I'll be honest. I only have one question mark for this game, guys.
Mm-hmm.
How do we hold up on the outside against these receivers?
That's my one question mark as well.
I mean, that's it. I don't,
because we're gonna stop the run, and I think we're gonna stop the run. Can we match up on the outside? And are we going to use safeties to help, which then obviously doesn't help in the box for stopping the run? I don't know. I watched them. I'm not saying that I didn't have doubts on my pick, that I picked us to win. Still don't know. I watched Evans have 3 touchdowns quickly. And the other dude on the outside is better than him. So,
I mean, their attack's going to be led by Connor Wegman, and obviously he's got some studs that he can go ahead and deliver the ball to. Yes, and I think we're just off the backs of, we really weren't tested by Miami of Ohio. We didn't really see them take shots. They had a couple successful at the end of the game, and it was like the best passes and catches, And if that's
the second one was a catch, by the way.
Yeah, and if that's the level what you're going to need, and they're highly contested 50-50 balls, then that's how games like this should go. It's going to always be about 50-50 balls, and can you win your 50-50 balls? They're going to get tested. We know that. They're going to get, Bobby Petrino's going to test you. He's going to test you vertically. So to me, Toast, and I'm going to throw it back to what seemed to be relatively a strength for us. To me, you want to protect and preserve your back end, get after it in the front end. If Miami can generate pressure, if they can make Connor Wegman antsy in the pantsy, then we have a shot. And then we're going to protect those corners because they're they haven't been tested. They're relatively unknown, and we'll get after it. We'll get after. We'll see, but I think it starts up front. I really do.
I would like to repeat something that you said because I can't ever forget this. I have to repeat it so it's in here forever. To protect your back end, you have to get after it with the front end.
Okay. Yeah.
I had to repeat that out loud.
All right.
Because that's literally what you said.
You could post that motto in block letters in a prison shower stall.
100%.
I'm tweeting this out on X right
soap.
now. I'm tweeting this out on X right now. To bang. Bang.
Protect
Now, I
your
will
back end.
You need. Now I'm confused. What did I? You need to get after it. Yeah.
You need to get after the front end.
You need to get after it with your front end.
God. So
don't drop the soap. All right.
I'll say this. And everyone's saying, well, boy, A&M didn't, they looked better than they did last year. With all due respect, we had the tougher opponent last week.
True.
Like New Mexico State fucking sucks, dude. Like Miami, Ohio is legitimately one of the favorites to win the MAC, and we all know MAC football isn't a slouch. We've seen the Thursday night terrors going on for ages.
Thursday night MAC overs.
Exactly. But we also certainly know that Miami of Ohio is on paper, significantly better squad coming off of last year than New Mexico State was. So
correct.
So in my mind, I mean, that didn't really play into me that they were playing a crappy opponent because, we had a better opponent. And here's my key for it is we talk about the wide receivers. I think it's going to be very important that we're able to dictate when Bobby Petrino is able to call plays, i.e. we need to be able to control time of possession with our running game. And this is going to be an opportunity. Like the better our run game is going, the less time that offense is on the field and the less time Bobby's calling plays.
Last year when we went to Kyle Field, whatever they do with that little overalls. Hey, whatever. Don't
do it. Don't do it.
It's so cringe. I don't think I've seen anything that cringe in the last decade of my life. I can't turn away.
Yes.
I can't turn away. When I see him, when I see that clip come on again, I don't want to look. And then I just look and I'm like, what is that? Like, I can't turn away. But 175 yards on the ground. That was, remember we were saying, we're going to be able to run on everybody. We turned around and lost to Middle Tennessee State. But we were able to run on the ground for 175 yards in a hostile environment. And I think we're improved. The one thing, and I did student of the game, and we're closing in about 10,000 views over there on YouTube. Thanks a lot. That's awesome. I will tell you this. My takeaway, again, watching that offensive line for us is pretty damn good. Like they did things I haven't seen in a long time. And you want to temper expectations in your enthusiasm. But when I watched that, I'm like, damn, first play of the game, one guy was bodied 4 yards. Let the bodies hit the floor. They were all over the floor. It was Inez Cooper's like 360.
Sorry.
He's a full day's worth of body weight, and he's just coming across like a freight train, and he just leveled this dude. Like, they come at you in ways. Francis Mauigoa, he's phenomenal as well. I think they're going to rely on their strength. If we can run it all, and if we have a successful run game like we did against Miami of Ohio, then I think we do what you want, Toast, and that is limit Bobby Petrino's opportunity to go deep. Limit his shock plays. Let them work for it.
Yeah. I two things that I want to bring up because they're top of mind. Number one, the Miami of Ohio coach saying basically they were all at the infirmary because they got their asses kicked for 60 minutes. Now, we haven't heard, and we're talking anything even remotely close to that about being physically dominated and hurting from it from anyone in years and years and years. Like that was like, wow, interesting. Okay. So then it brings me to my second point. Would you be okay with a similar type rushing attack? Say we put up 200, 225, 250. It's a low scoring game and we win. Are you okay with that? Or is that not, damn it, I thought we were getting something different again?
For me, see, that's two different things. So I'm totally fine with that. Here's my thing. We are in a progression here. I think Mario's been on the record saying it was like a 3 to 4 year project that he's working on. And I think when you're early in and you're in those early stages of learning how to win and start climbing that hill, the one thing, listen, I understand it's all about throwing the football and everything in 2023, and that's what you're going to have to do if you want to make the college football playoff and all that. That's fine. But that's not what you have to do if you want to have a shot at finishing second in the ACC and making the ACC championship game. If you can run through and you can overpower teams with a running attack in conference play, and against A&M as well, then you can absolutely have a damn successful season. That's why I went to 9 wins. I am betting everything on our ability to consistently run the ball at will against every opponent on the schedule outside of the 3 I mentioned, which now may be down to 2.
Yeah, we'll get there. I want to transition it. I think if you can run the ball successfully more times than not, every single time, no, more times than not, if you can do it in that fashion, you're going to be able to have some one-on-one matchups on the outside. They're going to give you opportunities for shot plays. And that's where I feel like if we're going to get to your prediction of 9 wins, Toast, that's what's going to happen. We have to consistently be able to run the ball throughout the course of the year, consistently, right? And at the times when we're not dominant in the run game, that means the pass game opened up and we had some big chunk plays because we have some playmakers, and that's how we have to win. Because I go back to the 01 Dorsey game. Like, we could run on anybody. We ran on everybody. And I remember thinking that year, I was like, Dorsey's going to have to win us a game here and there because they're going to sell out to take away the run. Middle Tennessee came in last year beating us because they sold out to take away the run. And we couldn't adapt. So I agree with you, Toast, but I think it's going to be a little bit more multifaceted, and Tyler's going to have some big plays. Wide receivers are going to have to make some big plays in the pass game. We didn't have that last week. We didn't need it. And can I take a second?
We've been talking about 15% and the people getting mad about it.
Yeah. And I'll segue right over to you, Scoopy.
By the way, that has a lot of views on it.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
So, but it's refreshing. I can't begin to tell you, for an offensive coordinator to come in here, have a play sheet, know that he wanted to take shots, and I'll validate it, right? I'll validate it from my perspective. I always said if I was a high school, I'm older now. If I'm advising my son to go to a high school and we're watching this offense, that's how I'm going to say it. I'm a dad advising my son. Let's look at this offense. I appreciate what Dawson did because I'm like, listen, son, you might have wanted to take shots in this game, but look at the coverage that they're giving you. These guys are 20 yards off the ball. We're not going to run. Just run it right down their throats. And for him to come out, like we said it before his press conference. But then when he comes out in his press conference and he validates what we're saying previous on the recap show, and now we're listening to it live, I was like, I was in my house clapping. I was like, this is the best. This guy has no ego. He knew, just take what the defense gives you. Yes, this is my play sheet, and I just threw it out because these guys weren't allowing me to do it. And I think that speaks volumes game 1 because too much stubborn ego. But one of the best pieces of advice in Scoop, best piece of advice, the death of every coaching room is ego, always. And I remember that. 15%, Scoopy, 15%.
That's all he needed to do. He said, he said literally the first series, I went and circled a bunch of stuff that I was never going to run today. He said, I knew they were going to play in that cover the entire time.
It came out in a 2x2.
Yeah,
he came out ace gun.
Yeah.
And I want to pull back the curtain on that. I came out in an ace gun 2x2 look, and the way they covered it, I'm like, this isn't working today. So an ace gun 2x2 look is an aggressive kind of, you can run out of it, but you got 4 wide receivers on the field. If you're in 10 set personnel, you're kind of balanced off, and you can learn a lot by what they're going to do on that set. And when he looked out there and they're like way back there, he's like, yep.
He said, I'm going to run it all day long.
We're going to play
all
tentative.
he had to do. It's like going back and playing NCAA. And Roe used to get very mad at me, and I used to get very mad at him. 2 entirely different things. I would run the same play over and over and over again because I would run the option.
Fucking option. You and your fucking option. Everybody hates you for the option.
I love the option.
I know, but everybody hated
But
playing
if you
me for that
can't
reason.
stop it, what am I going to do something different for? Right? So for me, in my mindset, I'm like, I don't have to change anything up. You can't stop this. So let's go back to the North Carolina 797,000 yards. They ran the same counter 97 times. And we stopped it 3. Why bother? And that's one of the games that we talk about the most. They were in the same play the entire game against us. And we talk about it the most as an embarrassment. So why do anything different?
And I think that shows maturity as a play caller, because you want to be diverse. You want to have options. But when you have the experience to know, can I really keep it simple today? And I'm going to be just fine. Like, I'm just going to do this. That's experience.
That's also kind of like you said the other, that's a bleep you too.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't stop this? Hey guys, run it again.
Oh, and
hey, run it again. Tell him. I tell you what, get up there. Tell him you're going to run it again.
And you can't tell me that Dawson, he doesn't know who his boss is. It's a former offensive line guy, right? And here he comes like, look, boss, look what I did. Uh-huh. I ran all over their ass. I'm sure you're smiling deep down. You walked off that field with a Woody. And not the Toy Story kind. I want to talk about Jimbo, because I don't know if you caught this.
Awesome. The only guy he didn't name by name was X.
But he did know who he was.
He called him 7,
and he was
the only guy
good.
he didn't name by name. He knew everybody on the team.
He knew how it was the most impressive opposing coach press conference. He knew that he was the number 1 safety in the country. They got an All-American. They got Leonard Taylor. He's a stud. They got Tyler. He was a Heisman talk candidate 2 years ago. Yeah, Dean's their thing. Come very stout against the run. XR7's good. They got that guy Jacoby. He's great. I was like, holy shit, dude! This guy's better than us. Cool. He was better than us. I was like, we covered this team incessantly. Jimbo Fisher came in there and schooled us. I was like, damn, he knows more things than I do.
It was pretty awesome.
It was.
He's showing his player personnel chops. So after he gets fired after this year, he's got a gig at ESPN in a heartbeat, or Fox or somewhere.
As long as he can slow down a little bit.
So let me ask you this.
He talks a little quick for TV, I think.
Yeah, he will have to slow it down, but I think they have pills for that. But let me ask you this. So one of the knocks, and there weren't many, but one of the knocks you could literally give Miami last week was third downs on offense, only 3 for 7. A&M also was only 3 for 7 on third down. Who wins that battle this week? Was that concerning for either of you? I mean, that was a big thing last year. We sucked on third down.
40%.
I'm not concerned, because a lot of those third downs that we put ourselves in were self-inflicted because of the false starts. I think we get a higher percentage if we can clean up some of the false starts we had. We had some procedural things. Now, behind the curtain, talked to a couple people. They were like doing that funky, like they need to outlaw it. I mentioned it. Defense starts yelling, "Go Hut!" Starts trying to steal your cadence. They need to crack down on that, and it should be illegal. I know there's gamesmanship that's allowed, right? If I can get your hand signals from the sideline and I steal your signals, I can do it, but I can't use like high-tech espionage to do it. And in that case, though, it's not gamesmanship. It's literally like you're playing saboteur at that point. So they had some false starts that needed to be cleaned up because of the defensive line on the other side were just chirping.
It's kind of like blowing a whistle in the stands.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
I mean, it's kind of
great
that,
analogy.
Like,
yeah. Like, shut up. Just like, don't be just shut up. Just keep your mouth closed on the defense. If it's organic, if you're talking about to your guy and trying to do something, but that it was poor chess. And I think that problem goes away. I still want to see now. Here's a good challenge, because I want to see how we hold up on third downs defensively, because I said we praise Guidry for his third down effort defensively, because we kicked ass. They only had 2 first downs all day versus us.
Yeah, Guidry and his game plan against, what's that dude's name? What's the quarterback?
Gabbert?
No, the A&M guy.
Oh, it's
Connor
Wegman.
Yeah. So Guidry's game plan, fuck me, against Connor Wegman I mean, I don't know why I even tried to say this together. Is pretty key, right? What's he going to dial up to confuse his kid? Because he knows that we said in the onset, right? Their outside dudes are big, they're talented, they're going to win more 50-50 balls than they lose. So how are we going to change the picture, as our buddy Dan Orlovsky says? How are we going to change the picture for him post snap, right? To really kind of mess with his day. I think that's an important factor for sure.
I mean, listen, you look at the numbers and Ro, to your point, A&M's defense only allowed New Mexico 3 for 13 on third downs, but they only averaged 4.6 a carry against New Mexico State. We went up against a much better rush defense and averaged 6.9. Like, I mean, listen, I understand that Texas A&M looked better than they were last year. That's not difficult. So did we. We're both 5-7. Not difficult to look better when you have that many 4- and 5-star recruits on the roster. So I'll be honest, man. I wasn't overly impressed. Nothing that I saw from them was like, oh, damn, we got to watch out. It was just, I'm only talking about the cornerbacks because Miami, Ohio didn't test them.
Right. So do we have a better running game than they do? Do we believe that we have a better rushing attack with our stable of 4 and this O-line than A&M does?
I believe we do. Absolutely.
Okay.
I believe we do.
Bobby Petrino's calling card over the years has been his passing a game, right? Mm-hmm. Passing attack. So I'm concerning. I just remember with Randy Shannon going up to Louisville and getting absolutely boat raced on their home field, and Bobby Petrino was there, and they were just running wide receivers downfield all day long, and we were powerless to stop them. So that's the last Bobby Petrino versus Miami memory that I have, and it's not a good one. So to me, it's going to come down. Can the University of Miami, like we talked about before, can we limit their passing attack? Can we keep them maybe a couple yards less than what they just averaged against New Mexico State and limit the chunk plays? It sounds like I'm inferring bend but don't breaky, but we can't have a situation like we've against North Carolina last year either, where we're giving up all these big chunk plays. Just can't do it. We have to play sound. I think we can, from what I saw in the student of the game review. Guidry seems to be a guy that understands his back end, right? He understands how to preserve it. He understands not to kind of be the liability that Manny Diaz kind of always insisted these guys. Yeah, he's going to put them on islands. He's expecting them to do their job, but I still think there's some soundness there week 1. And typically you see your biggest jump from week 1 to week 2. We need this team to jump up and get big because we're playing big boy football. Now, I will say this, the pundits are going to pick Texas A&M, right? Who we're going to pick.
Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, yeah, no, they're picking them, yeah.
They're a 5-7 team. We're a 5-7 team. They improved. We improved. I can promise you this. If the conference patches were on opposite sides of the jersey, they'd be picking Miami to win the game. Don't fall for the bullshit. It is the most propagandized conference in the world. They took massive L's this week. Oh, Florida's going to kick Utah's ass, right? Yeah, how did that work out? They took massive L's. South Carolina lost to North Carolina. I know for a fact, SEC patch on our jersey, ACC on them. They're picking us, and we're pounding their chest. We're pounding our chest now, and everybody, all the pundits are pounding our chest because we're an SEC team, and we're back, baby. We're back.
So their 2 wide receivers, 2 of their 3 wide receivers had accounted for 5 touchdowns. So one of them was Noah Thomas. That's a dude. He's 6'6".
Yeah.
Who do you put on the 6'6" dude? The other guy is only 6 feet. Who do you put on?
You put Couch on top of Porter in the trench coat.
Well done.
I like it. AI, yeah. It's a good solution.
They had last week, man.
I don't have a better one.
I mean, the Browns are relatively taller. I mean, we're trying to get taller and more length and stuff like that at the position. But that's one thing when I love you, Couch, but he's a smaller Couch. He's more like a love seat. He's like a chair. Like, we're really big and physical, and it shows out there. Nickel corners can be smaller. He's a love seat. So yeah, I mean, it's a tough sell for him, especially if they're gonna mismatch, try to get some motion so they can isolate him, because you can do it. I mean, you there's ways to kind of get some people off some people. And if they're trying to get a size advantage, especially inside the red zone, that's something you got to pay attention
they're going to certainly bring. And, Jaden Davis did start on the outside last week.
Yes, he did.
So, and I think he had the most plays of any corner. I thought he'd be more inside with nickel, but he played outside. So is he the guy?
I believe he is
going up against this dude. And then
I believe he's number 1 right now.
Okay, then you got to have somebody that's got to cover Evans.
Yeah.
Who had 3 touchdowns.
Yes.
So
Thomas had 3 touchdowns. Stewart only had 2. Only 2.
Yeah. So I mean,
Let's see.
Yeah. You know who else is on this roster? Max Johnson.
Yeah. I was gonna say he played last year.
Mm-hmm. He got some burn late in the game.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yep.
He did.
So
yep.
I saw that. I caught that.
Yeah, he is not playing. Connor Wegman. Didn't he transfer?
Connor? No, I don't think so.
No, he went there.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll tell you in a second.
I thought he went somewhere else. What year is he?
No. He's a sophomore. True sophomore.
Okay.
Yep. So that's kind of our preview of Texas A&M. I think we could probably hop off the green tree, but adjacent to the green tree is ACC Street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my!
Do we have keys to the
goodness.
game? Do you have a key to the game though?
Do we have keys to the game? All right, let's go back. Keys, keys. Okay, I don't have keys anymore. By the way, story. I lost my keys. They were on my wife's car. She took off with them and they're gone. I had to buy a new key. It was not cheap.
No, those fobs are expensive as hell.
And that's exactly what I lost. And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm, contemplating options. I have to get my car towed to the dealership. And I met a nice little guy came to the house. It worked out good. Anyways, keys to the game. Something you don't want to talk about.
Fob now.
He's like got like a Fire Stick fob.
He's totally got a Fire Stick fob.
Dude, I was I know it. It was amazing. The guy literally comes into my car, right? I had a backup key, but it wouldn't start the car. Jesus, I have a backup key. He comes in, he's got cables that hook up underneath this with this hack job computer, and he goes, "Here you go."
Yeah, fob right here. What do you need? What do you got? A Kia? What do you got? A Mazda? What do you need? I got you.
It was gone in 60 seconds. It was gone in 60. He was one of the guys in Gone in 60 Seconds because he got in my car in 60 seconds. I
got to be honest with you. That is one thing that I did not know existed.
Which is what?
That for employment.
Oh, being a key fob
being
guy?
A car fob guy?
Yeah.
No, they're locksmiths, but they also do automotive. They have an automotive
car
expertise.
fobs. Yeah, right.
Yeah, car fobs.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, he legit. I didn't think about it either. And the only reason why I did, because good old Google, because I'm telling you, I'm contemplating options taking my truck to the dealership because I can't move. My car's stuck. I don't have the fob. And next thing you know, I called the guy. He's like, and Scoop, I'm like you. Scoop, I'm like you. I'm double checking it. So you'll come here and you'll be able to you can come here. I don't.
How about you stay off the property?
And he said it 3 times to me, Scoop. He goes, "Yeah, I got everything you need." 3 times. He's like, "Yeah, I got everything you need."
Yeah, this bent coat hanger's your new fob. Here you go.
Yeah. And then I'm like, "Well, I have a remote starter too on the old one." He goes, Yeah, I got everything you need.
Oh my God.
I'm saying it.
All right.
And he did.
Unbelievable.
Right. Before we get to the other ACC stuff, we also have to get to our pick segment. But first, we got to talk about our people, starting with the ones right on Scoop's head.
We didn't even do keys to the game. I would go back to the keys to the game, and we get this fucking car story.
I'll make
and
you
we don't even
keys
talk
to the
about
game. Keys to the game. I got keys to the game.
Keys to the fucking game.
That's a segment.
I'll give you my quick 3 keys to the game.
You can do 1. I don't care. Do something.
I will do 3 quick ones. I'll do 3 quick ones because we got to get to our sponsors. We got to pay some bills. I will tell you. I will tell you one. You got to go ahead and in order to preserve your back end, you got to get after it with your front end.
There you go.
That's key number 1. Key number 2, and we haven't talked about this yet. We didn't have any turnovers. We were surgically efficient. We have to win the turnover battle this week against Texas A&M. We didn't turn the ball over. We had multiple running backs. Multiple running backs got to go ahead and secure the ball. And in this game, you are going to have to get a few chunk plays. You're going to have to. You have a crowd. You're begging them to come in there with BOGO, promotions. Get them spirited. Get them going. Get that place rocking. Okay. In the similar fashion where the turnover chain would have this spiritual revival, you're going to have to get some big plays to kind of get that same kind of mojo and juice in that stadium. And those guys can feel it because Miami Hurricanes traditionally, historically, when they feel the crowd, when we show up, when we're there and they play more spirited, they play better. So those are my 3 keys.
I like it.
Scoop. All right. My 3 keys. Number 1, rush for at least 200 yards.
Okay.
Number 2, do away with the horizontal passing game. Got to go vertical a little bit, even if it's slants, stuff like that, curls. You can't go horizontal. You can't live off tunnel screens in this game, sir. And number 3, get off the field in 3rd down. Get off the field in 3rd down. Defensively, yes. Not offensively. Jesus. Yeah.
Well,
don't score. Don't score.
You have to clarify. We have to.
Toast said he doesn't want us to score.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. He wanted us to win the game without converting any 3rd downs.
No first downs.
Yeah. That's how it is. All right. 3 for me. I'm going to go with, as I mentioned before, I need Guidry to change the post-snap picture on Wegman. I need him to be confused. We need to put him in a situation where he's not nearly as comfortable as he thinks he is pre-snap. Number 2, I need Mr. Borregales to be 100% on all attempted field goals because I believe this might be closer than maybe 5 points even. So I would like Andy to make all his field goals. I think that's vitally important. And number 3, for me, you have to win the battle up front on the offensive line. As Toast says, 200. That seems a little aggressive, but and I'm going to say this, and it sounds just terrible. You got to win the battle of time of possession. In doing so, dominating the line of scrimmage up front on the offensive side of the ball. So you got to keep their offense off the field by dominating on your side of the ball.
All right, then. Those are our keys to the game. We'll get to the picks after this. Ed Morse Automotive Group. There you go.
Here.
Teddy Morse Harley Davidson.
Right here.
Go to edmorse.com. All those logos are up top. Man, I am seeing all the commercials. He's got the cool thing down. He's got the cool vibe down.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah, he's everywhere. He's got it with the shades and everything. I'm pretty sure he filmed one of them at the Moonlight Diner. I'm convinced of it. Yeah, if you're looking for any sort of a ride, 4 wheels, two wheels, anywhere in the country, got to go to edmorse.com. Been with us from the beginning. Make sure you let them know the Orange Bowl boys sent you.
Listen, your beard is weird, and you need to go ahead and trim it. And you know who has the perfect beard trimmer? Manscaped. I know we always talk about the package and the balls, but if you're a guy with a beard, and Toast's got a goatee, and so does Jenner's, and Scoopy's got a great one. But you get the beard hedger, AC adapter, beard shampoo, beard conditioner, beard oil, beard balm, and a travel bag. And it's saving 32% right now. And that's before the OBB promo code that gives you 20% more off. Manscaped. Your beard is weird.
I'll just tell you, with the beard, man, if you soften it up, it cuts down on inner thigh rash on your woman.
Yeah. Don't say we never gave you great advice. Now, we talked about the balls a little bit. Scoop, talk to us about the package.
Well, the packages are at beatingthebookie.com. Winning week last week, week 1 for NCAA. Do we know, Jenners, how BTB did in his free plays?
No.
Okay, well, I'll keep talking and you can figure that out somehow.
Okay. Really?
Well, I thought we would have those. Anyway, I mean, look,
I'll add them to my spreadsheet.
Yeah, I saw a spreadsheet with
keeping track of you guys is enough. Now I got to keep track of BTB too. Okay, this is fine.
Well, it does help with the spots, but don't worry about it. So winning week last week. And guess what? Ladies and gents, NFL week 1 this week. You can get your NFL package. You can get your NCAA package. You can get your baseball package still. And right around the corner, we got everything else coming. golf swings back around, basketball swings back around, and it's all going to be on there. You can get 30-day packages, 90-day packages. You can do a whole year. You can do bundle of different sports, the whole thing. At Beating the Bookie at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. He's got the free plays on there. He's a great follow. And it's the packages of beatingthebookie.com. And I got 2 free plays.
Oof, let's go.
2 free plays for you.
What you got?
I have Ole Miss and Tulane over 67. And the second one is Cincinnati +7. Who does Cincinnati have? Any idea?
Still Fickle.
You do zero show prep.
I did not do any.
We established this years ago.
I know
It was 8:15. It was 8:15, and I showed up and I hit the button, and I'm here.
Always a lead singer. Always a lead singer.
Hey,
all right, let's see.
I can still put on a show.
I
Fine,
know
just
you
don't
can.
don't ask me any like pertinent information.
What was the question again?
Who Cincinnati was playing, because they're +7.
Let's see.
Cincinnati looked good last week.
They're a well-coached team.
They're playing at
Pickle's
Pittsburgh.
not there anymore.
At Pittsburgh.
Okay.
At Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's one of the special games on the CW network at 6:30.
Ooh. All right.
National audience.
Cincinnati +7 at Pitt. I like that.
All right.
I like that. Yeah, no, Fickle is not there anymore. Fickle's at Wisconsin.
Yep.
Remember with Longo? Wisconsin scored 38 points last week. I was curious about that. I went and looked it up on purpose because I wanted to see how that first game of offense transpired for them. Interesting.
Cincinnati scored 66 and had almost 700 yards of offense.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. You know who the quarterback is for Cincinnati?
Who?
Emory Jones.
Oh. Wow.
Any chance Napier would like him back?
You know,
I'm just curious. I mean, because I got to be honest with it. You're Wisconsin, row your boat. Or that's Minnesota. Whoever it is, he sucks.
PJ Fleck, you don't like him?
Mertz.
Mertzy?
Graham Mertz?
Yeah, Graham Mertz.
He looked great. He looked good. He looked
good. Emory went 19 for 23 for 345 and 5.
Look at his 2-game stretch.
Oh, they've had 2 games? No, they
haven't.
2 games.
They played twice, I think.
Game. No, that was the first
I thought they played twice.
No, want to know.
Okay. Anyway, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not as good as Sanders, but pretty good.
You know what else is pretty good? I'm going to give you a couple numbers. See if you can put 2 and 2 together.
Got it.
You can say 954-561-305, but what is 981-7663? What is 766?
Hey, I'm Paul. Give me a call.
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 We're on Paul. Give us a call. Paul Page Roofing. 30 years. 30 years. They've been doing this for 30 years. All the roofing services you need. Lifetime guarantee on all roofing services. Master craftsmanship. I'm Paul. Give me a call. I'm Paul. Give me a call. And I always say this.
Yeah. What?
I always say this. Hard Rock doesn't have a roof, but Paul Baines does.
It's true. It's true. Had a closing today.
Yes.
Yeah. Paul Baines Roofing did the repair on the roof to be able to have the buyers get their insurance to be able to get the closing done.
There you go.
True story.
Bang. Baines. Bang.
One day AI will learn how to do a soft G.
Bagel.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Bagel.
Hello, Bagel. That's my
God.
Austin. That's my mother.
Okay.
All right. Before we get into
5
other
questions?
stuff, no. But we do have
an
to.
AI OBB as well this
Oh,
week.
we do. Oh, whoa! That's news.
Yeah, one
That's
every week.
news.
What are you talking about?
What do we got? What do we got?
I didn't know that.
You want to go straight into it?
No,
What
I want to go
what
to.
is it?
I want to go to ACC Avenue.
long?
I want to go to ACC Avenue.
Well, my only ACC. Well, so there's a few things in the ACC we got to talk about. But first, before we get to the games, we have to welcome 3 new brethren into the conference starting next year. California, Stanford, and SMU. Rhett Lashley. We're going to see
He's
him again,
back.
our good friend.
That's
He's
awesome.
back. He's
They
back.
looked good last week too.
I
Yeah.
am not happy having to play that
Jalen
offense
Knighton.
now. Yeah.
So how do we
Knighton
feel about
played.
ACC expansion?
It's self-preservation at best. It's weak. Let's just be honest. I mean, it didn't make it better. There was a financial incentive apparently to add those 3 teams. I think there was some begging, some pretty high prominent like alumni that wanted that they weren't holding the bagel, it's whatever. There's still going to be the jettison of the ACC when it comes time. People are going to leave.
California, Stanford,
Right.
SMU.
Let's
Now-
say it again. Cal, Berkeley,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Stanford,
Mm-hmm.
And SMU.
and SMU.
I mean,
SMU, okay. Cal, Berkeley,
We might be
and
the
Stanford
smartest conference now.
Are the 1,000%. Think about this, right? This is all academic driven
yes.
because you now have Cal, Berkeley, and Stanford, probably the 2. Stanford, 100%, right? We know that Stanford is the perennial as far as academics and athletics. Always has been. I'm not sure if it ever will not be. And then you have Cal, Berkeley. Like these are incredibly smart human beings. And the institutions are incredibly highly accredited and whatever else I was going to say, right? I mean, like it's all academic. And SMU came in for nothing. So whatever.
SMU came in to actually be able to play football. You got to realize that Cal and Stanford and SMU do nothing but also lower the ACC prestige when it comes to basketball, because none of those 3 teams do anything in hoops. Not that that matters any longer. I will say, you know what I think this is? Listen, I think this is what it is. I don't think the Pac-10, 12 is dead. I think the Pac-10 will live again, because I'm thinking about within 10 years, you're going to have football break away from all the other sports. Football will no longer be a conference thing. It's just going to be its own entity. And all those other sports, volleyball, all that are going to be back in the conferences. And for that, the Pac-10 will be born again with those same schools that were in it, because the football squads will no longer be part of the equation. It's going into that national AFC, NFC.
Yeah.
That's where it's going. That's where it's going.
I forgot which one of you mentioned it, but football, okay, you have to travel to California. Not fun for somebody on Miami having to travel that distance. Not fun for them when they have to travel here. But that's like on a weekend. That's a weekend game traditionally, Saturday, right? You're going to have some travel. Now the Miami Hurricane volleyball team's got to go fly out on Wednesday to go play
on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Right.
Soccer's got to play Stanford on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Texas. It's not California.
No, it was the Missouri coach. And then and I'm getting a little senile of my own age. I can't really quite remember. Who's the other guy that we wanted as head coach here?
Chip Kelly?
No. The guy at Ole Miss.
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin.
Wow. Hugh Freeze.
Oh, it's late, man. Lane Kiffin backed it up and he said it's stupid.
It is.
Like this is
stupid.
dumb for everyone else other than football. This is just completely stupid. Because it's not
100%.
logistically possible.
Nope.
You don't care about the kids. You honestly don't. I mean, golf, tennis, all these. I mean, really fly out to Northern California. I mean, obviously you're going to play those schools back to back. So what? They spend a whole week out in Northern California in the middle of. I mean, like so that make up those classes. I don't. It's just insane.
And I want to add this too.
It's remote toast. It's all remote now.
Sure,
like
it is.
when
all
you look
remote,
at when you look at the SEC, where it's located at geographically, you kind of get this vibe of like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's similar minded people, right? They pound SEC on the chest.
You could bust every game.
Yeah, but it's just a similar vibe. It's church. It's football is church. And then now this conference, right? You got Tobacco Road. You got Clemson, which is probably the most SEC style team we have in the ACC. You got that Tobacco Road and Stanford. It's like
Palo Alto, baby.
Yeah, but you got the brainiac nerd physicists out there.
Yeah, and I'm talking about, you want to talk about bipartisan. You are sitting on two sets of the aisle here. like my goodness.
The ACC is a melting
gray,
pot.
not much
It's a
gray
melting
there.
pot.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Everything's blue and red.
It was
Blue
it was
or
a
red.
Right.
We're a Power 5 conference. We're a Power 5 conference as we know it still. It was a mid-tier move.
Sure. Right? It was the only move you had left on the table. Let's be
shame
honest.
on them. And shame on them. You know,
I mean, the reality is the next move, the next round of this is going to be the seismic one, because that's the one that's going to blow all sorts of shit up. Because you look where everything is set right now, everything is kind of, there's no one out there except for the few independents, you know, with no place to go. So the next time something shifts means the SEC is going to get bigger or the Big Ten, and that's where they taken from. They're going to take from each other, from the Big 12. Like it's the next one's going to be seismic. That's, I think, when Miami comes into play.
No, I agree with you. I think the ACC with this move, I give the ACC
10
two
years.
solid years.
But the grant of rights, man, is still
Two solid
crazy
years.
expensive for another like 5 or 6.
Yeah, there's an option though.
Okay. All right.
2 solid years, 100%. The ACC is going to be around for the next 2 years.
And then it's going to turn into the big least.
So we still have a chance to win it?
We're probably going to leave this conference never winning it.
No, we should be the last ones to win it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Better late than never.
Yeah, finally win it as you close the lights and shut the door.
All right, guys, for the first time ever, I'm requesting, okay? I am requesting. We are going to do our first unison dance. Okay?
What?
Yeah, we're going to dance. We're all going to dance.
No, I hear a little voice.
Yeah. Scooby. We're going to, for the first time ever.
We lost another tooth here. All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do those go for
right.
nowhere from the Tooth Fairy?
Oh my God.
You
don't even want to know.
Inflation.
It's like $100 a tooth, right?
And come closer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're all
I
gone.
toothless.
Hey.
They're all missing.
Yeah, they're all missing.
Look at that.
Awesome. Good job,
Oh,
babe.
man.
Put it on your bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inflation.
How much do you think? Oh no. How much do you think the Tooth Fairy is going to bring for that? Not sure.
Ooh, not sure.
Here,
I think like a C note.
Talk into this and tell you how much. Say how much money the Tooth Fairy is going to bring you. Tell it because the Tooth Fairy is listening.
Why?
Come here.
No, why?
All right, never mind. She don't want to talk to you guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk to us either.
I wouldn't talk to. Yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know
You're
why I
forced
asked her to.
All right, so
right.
I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. We have to.
We have a dance.
We have to dance. First OBB unison dance. I saw it earlier. I'm gonna give credit to Jenners on this. Start doing this. Come on, you two. Come on, Toast. Come on. You no. Your shoulders need to back. Go back.
Oh.
We are backing into the bushes, baby, because we have to backpedal badly.
We're doing the Homer Simpson.
We're the Homer Simpson. We were wrong about you, Florida State, and we were wrong about you too, Clemson. We were wrong. We were wrong.
Yeah.
Florida State. They're. I can't even talk about it. It's makes me a little bit ill. They're a lot better than I thought they were.
They were better than we thought we were, and we all had Clemson in our playoff brackets.
I know.
Listen.
I'm more surprised. I'm more surprised about how bad Clemson looked than how good Florida State looked.
Yes, I mean, I will say that I'm not going to completely sell on Clemson yet, just because it was a horrifying game. I mean, 2 turnovers inside the 10, then another interception. So it was just like the worst case scenario. So I've watched football long enough to know I'm not just going to sell just because of week 1. But man, that was damn shocking. But bro, can we talk about Keon Coleman?
Yeah.
Like,
can we talk about how they just single covered him the whole night?
he was. He's a freak.
I mean, but that's just negligence. You're playing after the first one. You're like, maybe he needs a little help, and you still don't do it. And he's got 2 easily. And you're like, anyone want to give him any help? No. We'll just keep him on an island out there because he's doing a hell of a job for us. The first.
Well, it's Johnny Wilson
minutes.
Also, and that dude's 6'7".
I get it. Johnny Wilson did dick. He didn't do anything.
He actually had
Really?
a pretty decent game too.
He had a pretty good game, man. 7
like
for
100
104. Yeah.
He had 3 touchdowns.
He didn't have any touchdowns. Nobody had 7 catches for 100 yards. He had a better average than Keon did.
You know what both of those games did? It put Mario Cristobal in a disadvantageous spot because there's your rival getting better. They were talking about there potentially being a playoff team, and after week 1, you're like, yeah, I can kind of see that a little bit. And they're like, well, Clemson's going to give them a problem. Well, now Clemson doesn't appear to be giving them a problem because Duke gave them all the business, winning 28-7, storming the field. That's bad when you only walk away with 7 points. But see, here's the thing. But now what Clemson did, it puts more pressure on Miami because you know how Miami fans are going to be because
you can't lose to them now.
Yeah,
right?
Duke can beat them. So now, like that was like the worst possible week
scenario.
1.
I know.
If Florida State sneaks out a win, okay, and Clemson takes care of business, okay. Now it's like, well, you better keep pace with Florida State.
Better keep pace
and now
with Duke.
you better. If Duke could beat them, you should beat them too.
Yeah.
And it really put more pressure on Mario to win
100%
to win the Clemson game.
Oh, yeah, it really did. And somebody from this account, I don't know who it was. It wasn't me, but somebody tweeted out that we were going to beat Clemson by 60.
That wasn't me.
And if you haven't been around for a minute, it's a bit tongue in cheek.
Mm-hmm.
So please don't take that stuff too seriously. I mean, you guys went a little off the edge with the we're going to beat Clemson by 60 remark.
Listen, I'll be honest. I can't imagine a worse quarterback to face week 1 at home than Riley Leonard. Like, dude, he is so friggin' annoying. And we saw it. Like he breaks your back with those runs. Like it's ridiculous.
Did you see him ask for permission to get his?
He didn't get it.
And the professor came on and stitched it. Did you see that?
I didn't see. No.
And said, well, here's the thing, Riley. There are some other players in the class, and apparently they prepared and did it before the game.
Ooh.
So the answer is no.
That's great.
It was awesome. I saw it before the show.
Poor man's Tim Tebow right there. Riley Leonard.
Yeah, right.
Listen, give that kid all the credit. He's been a thorn in our sides.
He's still running for first downs.
Right? It's insane. Yeah. I mean, he's a nightmare. He's an absolute nightmare. But yeah, it's interesting to see how Dabo does. You look at it, he lost, he had those coordinators for so long. He has kind of turned his back on the portal, kind of trying to keep it at arm's length. And now you got to suddenly wonder, I mean, is Clemson going down? Is Clemson going to get back up on top, or is this the beginning of the descent and that ends with him getting fired in a few years?
I'm going to bridge something I said earlier to what you just asked. I praised Dawson on the fact that he was willing to go ahead and adapt, throw his play sheet out and go do. Asked him about, Garrett Riley. I'm now transitioning over to Dabo Swinney. Hey, it's the Clemson offense. Okay, ego. So he calls the Clemson offense. How good did the Clemson offense do you? You might want to let the guy who just went to the national championship and what you hired him to do. That's literally like, Mario got that kind of stigma, right? That Mario handcuffed Gaddis. Gaddis was horrible. He didn't handcuff him at all. That was just that man. He was a travesty. But that's exactly what that comment Dabo Swinney just made. Oh, it's the Clemson offense. No, he's the offensive coordinator. If he wanted to put his twist on things and you wanted to go ahead and do things, then why did you hire that guy? What is the death of any? What is the death of all college coaches and any professional coach? NFL ego. Keep having ego.
So let me ask you this question, because it relates to that perfectly. If I allowed you to watch TCU last year and then Clemson's first game, and I said, you get $1 million if you tell me one way or the other that this is the same offensive coordinator over here or not the same offensive coordinator over here. 10 times out of 10, you're going to say it's not the same guy.
Nope. And why would you do that? That's my question.
It looks nothing like his offense.
No,
I'm watching that offense going, you hired Garrett Riley. This is not his offense.
You hired Garrett Riley to run the offense that you have. Right. That makes zero sense.
It's a Miami move. That's such a Miami move.
I'm so disappointed in it, to be honest. I mean, it's not like I want Clemson to be great, but like,
right.
But Garrett Riley at Clemson, damn, like, okay, you can do this at TCU. I know what kind of offense this is. You're going to run that at Clemson. Holy shit. And that's why we all said, so why we all had him in the Final Four.
We got bait and switched.
Yeah, we totally got ruled. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, because dipshit up there, he handcuffed him, no? You see him get snaked?
Question.
By his QB? Trying to get him a high five or a...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You saw that?
Let me ask you a question. Who's currently more despised, Dabo Swinney or Deion Sanders?
Oh,
bro,
Dabo easy.
You think?
I am all in on Deion.
I mean, look, I love.
Let's have fun.
Yeah.
Come
on. I was like, look, I really wanted him at USF. 100%. I wanted him so badly at USF. Went to Colorado, and we've had some fun with it, saying how bad are they going to be? How bad are they going to stink? Because he's doing it. But dude, he's awesome. I mean, just him. I even put something on my IG from him today, basically to the fact of, you think I care what you think of me? You know what I mean? He's like, I don't care. Why would I care what you think of me? I do what I do, and we're going to have fun doing it. And he even says, get the penalty, do your dance. And I'm like, bro, that's dope. I mean, how fun is that? I know it's just totally opposite of any culture-driven thing you want to hear, but he's having fun, and clearly the kids aren't not having fun.
I will tell you the answer because I got to be the tiebreaker on who's the because you pick Deion and you pick Dabo. Deion has this chip on his shoulder, and now from a Miami Hurricane fan and Miami Hurricane fan base, we're like the diverse, most multicultural like fan base like in the United States. If you ask us our opinion, you speaking your opinion like that, especially as an African American. We've heard our like greats over here who we love of all colors, races, and creeds. They've been running their mouth at. We're not scared of that. We're not like you're saying, oh, they're scared of me being an African American speaking my mind. Dude, that's all our heroes. They all speak their mind. We're not threatened by that. We love that, Deion. Keep talking your ish. Now, Dabo on this side, right? He again, a big break divide. Tobacco Road, very conservative, family, faith, right? And it drives a lot of people crazy. So here comes my answer. The worst coach of the two, Dabo Sanders. Yeah,
dude,
if you combine them, they're terrible.
He's 90% confident on that.
All right, I'm sorry.
Exactly, yeah.
Deion Swinney. He's the worst one of them all.
All right, let's talk about Travis Hunter.
Let's go.
So, seriously, I understand.
6 years in college football. I had no idea. I was like today days old, like 2 days ago.
No, we're not. We're talking about Travis Hunter. We're not talking about.
Oh.
But if you want to talk about that too, yes, he's been there 6 years.
So,
Travis Hunter.
When is, and I know that I'm the stoner with no memory. When is the last time that we saw a player play 100 plays going both sides of the ball? And on your points, any other coach in the country let that happen other than Deion?
Well, there's going to be a problem. Yeah. He's a rare breed, but I have a fear.
You can't do that.
Now all these high school kids, high school coaches are going, if Travis Hunter could go ahead and do 100 snaps, you should be able to do 100 snaps too, you losers. Do more 40s, more hundreds, 110 suicide. Be like Travis. It's a dangerous precedent, boys. It is a dangerous precedent. It was a remarkable feat to witness, to see. It's a long season. Let's see how he holds up. I'm just going to default to Deion because the best way I'm going to say it is what he said. He is him. He is him. Yes, he is him. He's that guy right now. He is that guy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's sustainable. Just no matter how good you are and how young your body is, are you jeopardizing his long-term playability and career, right? Maybe fine now. Maybe fine when he's 18, 19, and 20, and he does it for 3 years. But then he goes to the league, and he's 3 and 4 years in the league, and he's only probably playing one side of the ball because they're not going to do that. How long is that career? Because you have exposed him to far too much physical activity in those 3 years of college. So that's my concern for him. I mean, I get it. Flaunt it, do your stuff, win a Heisman, do whatever you want to do. But man, it's a lot.
No,
that's like 180 pitches every time out at Miami, right? I mean, that's like nuts.
I have a little different take on that. I understand. I'm not condoning it. I don't necessarily like it. I'm not disagreeing with you there. However, if there's a position that you're going to be able to pull this off, it's going to be a cornerback wide receiver hybrid, right? You can't obviously do this from a running back position or offensive line and defensive line because every play there's contact. But there's so many plays as a wide receiver where you're not involved. You're just a dummy route. You're just not catching balls. What is he going to catch? 7 or 8 balls? It's the cardiovascular thing that he has to worry about because he's constantly running. But there's not a lot of contact. He's a corner. And who's his mentor? It's Deion Sanders. That guy's going to teach him everything he knows, how to avoid contact, except tackling. So he's going to be like, listen, bro, I'll save your career. I'll keep tread on your tire. I'm going to teach you how not to tackle, right? And that way you can make about 6 or 7 tackles at the most. You make about 6 or 7 catches idealistically. And then the rest of the time you're just running around. So he's asking Travis Henry to run cross country is basically what he's doing.
Different take.
Yeah.
All right. What else you guys got before we get into picks?
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting attendance slander again. We're getting attendance jokes.
I don't care.
Real quick.
What's going on?
Self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted. At this point, it's self-inflicted. You had an option to basically blank out that section. You said you were going to do it years ago. You don't care. We take the blame as fans. We got to hear it 24/7, 365, everybody we play.
So what's going on with the BOGO?
Week to week. The BOGO thing comes up. The attendance thing's right off its backs. It's too big of a stadium for the fan base. We know this. Just tarp off that top like you said you were. There's banners. It's all over social media. Just shrink this stadium. We're not getting a new stadium because it's so annoying.
Ignore it. Mute them. Who cares what UCF counts as? You got to care about.
I know. Texas A&M. It's Florida State. It's everybody.
Who cares?
I don't even pay attention.
The attendance has been going on for 40 years.
It's self-inflicted, though.
What?
They have the ability to shrink the stadium, and they chose not to do it. That's all I'm saying.
Shrunken stadiums look like crap anyways with the tarped over seats.
Nope, that's not. I put it on my social media today with the banners. That's exactly what came out when they initially said it, and I said it was going to bring the stadium to along the lines of about 50,000.
Listen.
Now it looks optically better. I'm telling you. I'm just saying.
You do what you do to fill the game for to fill the stadium for crap ass games like Georgia Tech until you're winning enough that it's an event, and you're not there yet. So there you go.
We've been saying winning for how many years? How many?
Whatever.
Decades?
This is only 2 years for Mario. This is Mario's second year. Zoe's only here for second year. Hey, well, no, we reset everything with Mario and Zoe. They're the ones that said win, and the people will show up. So let's go
for marquee games, and I'm okay with you moving that up when it's a marquee game and you could sell out. Great. I've gone to that stadium. I've been a season ticket holder for decades. I go to the Orange Bowl. You know how many sellouts I've seen in my career in 35 plus years?
Listen,
next to none. I don't think I've ever been a part of a sellout. Never.
I think
so. It's a
nice.
moot point, and it's self-inflicted. That's all I'm saying. At this point, it's self-inflicted. You have the ability to shrink the stadium. You just choose not to do it, and you don't care.
You got to look at the bright side. It's Georgia Tech. If you want, you're down in the lower bowl, and it's a little crowded. If you want some more space, you can just go upstairs and sit any fucking where you want. Put your legs over the seat in front of you, like lounge out, stretch out. Come on, what other stadium allows you to do that?
You're just not sitting in the upper east end zone. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's tarps, but they got the banner and it looks fantastic. It's a big U.
Whatever.
It's the mini Havana Horseshoe all over again with no roof.
Listen,
Paul, give me a call.
Once the Life Wallace Stadium opens, this will all be done.
Sorry. Oops. Hey, whatever.
Do we do some picks?
Well, how about we do the AI Orange Bowl boys this week?
Oh,
All
fuck.
right.
Jesus Christ. Yes.
That's
What's
okay.
the
We
topic?
still got that. So concerns last week about the backup quarterback situation.
Mhm.
So
I told you I was right. You guys should listen to me.
Fuck.
yeah, some
You
unique
know, I mean, you
angles.
know I'm right, right? Now they told you themselves. You know I'm right.
No,
Anyway, go
I
ahead.
think they're just saying that to defense
they-
after
it's
what I
exactly
said.
What the case is. Go ahead.
No, they changed after they heard what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we figured we'd ask the AI, what are some things the backups can do to make themselves stand out? Things they can do that are maybe just a little different than the regular offense.
He said, hold on. He said, life while it's standing.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
So we asked the AI,
All right.
things the backups can do to stand out. I have a little concern with AI Toast, who cannot get the name of our show correct to save his life, no matter how many times you put it in the stupid computer.
Welcome to the I Orange Bowl Boys. The I Orange Bowl Boys. Welcome to the AI Orange Bowl Boys. Week 3.
Guys, we talked a lot about Miami's backup quarterbacks, but they need to be ready this week in case Tyler struggles against the Aggies.
Yeah, Scoopy, I wrote down some things I'd like to see Emery and Jakari try during their snaps. For Emery, try playing air guitar in the huddle to throw off the AM defense. They'll be too busy trying to figure out what song he's jamming out to.
How about Jakari bribing the referees with candy bars and snacks that he hides in his pockets? I think that would keep them busy so he can run for a few extra yards.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Pick up a pair of binoculars and keep a careful eye on the AM cheerleaders. That's just good work by those guys.
Dude, it's too much to ask to see if Emery is able to juggle the footballs before he takes the field. I mean, he is on scholarship, right?
I also have a note that Emery should throw a rubber chicken on one play instead of a football to keep the defense off balance.
Hasn't Jakari tried to take a selfie with the ball before every snap? I think we should give that another try.
I don't remember that happening. What game was that?
I'm pretty sure it was Middle Tennessee.
No matter what happens this week, these backups need to be on their game if we even have a shot against Texas A&M. Go Canes.
Let's go.
Bang.
What the hell was that at the end?
Dude.
I want to know why AI Scoop was a pervert. He's like, get the binoculars on
Binoculars
the
and watch the
cheerleaders.
A&M cheerleaders?
Yeah, what a perv. I don't recall you being a routine perv.
I don't remember that. I'm not sure what kind of algorithm you're putting in here.
None. I'm uploading this show. That's
I don't
the
know.
algorithm. What
Yeah,
kind
you
of
come
idiot
across,
that
you
is?
come across
That's
kind
a
of pervy on the
really
show.
random. That's a really random thought out of the AI
yeah.
scoop.
AI Scoop is a perv.
He told the perv. He's ready for a Chris Hansen episode. All right. Let's do all right. So how did we do generous last week on the picks?
Oh, not well.
Oh, I mean, we did about what we normally do.
Everybody lost LSU, obviously. Everybody won Washington, Boise State. Let's see. Toast and Rowe lost South Carolina. Scoopy won that with UNC. Coastal Carolina at UCLA. Only one to pick Coastal Carolina was Toast. UCLA did not cover. Obviously, everybody lost Clemson. Everybody won Miami. So Toast 3-3, Scoop 3-3, Roman 2-4.
All right. It's pretty much lifetime averages.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty close where we're
We
at.
need lifetime averages. Hell out of here.
All right. I got 5 games plus Texas A&M and Miami. So we'll start off number 1. Number 10, Notre Dame at NC State. Notre Dame given 7.5.
Yeah, Notre Dame covers that. Sam Hartman's going to prove that week 0 wasn't a fluke.
Not necessarily do any of that. You don't have to do any of that. None of it.
Yeah, the team that has Al Golden. The team that has Al Golden as a defensive coordinator.
That one, the Golden
that's the one.
Domers.
The Golden Domers.
I still, if you ask me, if you play 2 fight songs, I still can't tell you which one is which. What schools are they?
Michigan or Notre Dame?
Correct.
I had the same
So I
problem.
No idea.
I
the same
definitely had
problem, but
Notre Dame right.
I just blame the weed.
No, I was definitely doing the Notre Dame fight song.
Okay. All right, I'm taking NC State.
Okay.
Off their wake up call win against UConn.
Yeah,
Anarchist.
they went in. They went into the where'd they go? The jungle.
They went into the jungle.
Into the jungle. They weren't ready until they were.
Until they weren't ready. Yeah. Hey, you got to take advantage when UConn's up 7-0. I got to get that out there before they fall behind.
Quick, yeah,
they're quick. You only have minutes, literally minutes. All right. Next game, the same as BTB. Number 20 Ole Miss at number 24 Tulane. Miss given 7.5.
You know, if Guidry was there, maybe it's different, but I'm going Rebels.
Who did BTB pick?
He went
He
with
picked
the over. Over under 67. A lot of points.
67. A lot of points. A lot of points. Yep.
No
Tulane's
defense.
gonna
in this
score.
one. Yeah.
Lane train.
Yeah, I'm taking Lane also. Ole Miss Rebels.
Boop, boop.
All right. Next up, SMU at number 18 Oklahoma. On the road, Oklahoma given 15.5. Over under is almost 70.
Yeah, there's no defense.
A lot of
in this
points.
game. No defense. No defense. Oklahoma. I don't know, man. God, they looked like a buzzsaw last week.
You think Rhett Lashley, was a little pissed off when he
16?
heard Venables taking shots at Miami?
Yeah, he's going to avenge us, and I'm going the ponies to keep it close. Go ponies. Just don't show up and be show ponies. I need you to be real ponies this week, not show ponies.
Yeah.
Woo.
I don't know if Oklahoma's for real, but I'm going to take them.
I am
Sooners.
I'm taking Oklahoma as well. All right. Big game. Number 11, Texas at number 3, Alabama. Crimson Tide given 7.
Let me ask you a question about Alabama.
Worst game? Bryant-Denny Stadium, or is it in
Bryant-Denny.
Okay.
What's that quarterback's name?
Milrow or whatever, something
Milrow.
like that. Yeah.
Jalen Milrow, right?
Yeah.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Is that potentially the most dangerous offense you've ever seen there with him? They've never even sniffed a quarterback like that.
Oh, come on, Tua? Tua's a savior.
No.
Just ask
No.
OBB
No.
Finspot.
Stop it. Knock it off. I mean, Jalen Hurts was the closest and not close.
Who did they play week 1?
I don't remember.
Who
Middle
was
Tennessee.
it? There you go. What was the score?
Like 52-7 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm not sold on Texas. I'm not sold on Quinn Ewers either. You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see Manning get in.
Arch Manning?
Stop.
I got Ben. Roll Tide.
right.
It's just so hard to pick against Bama. Roll Tide.
Listen, I'll just tell you, I watched the Alabama game and I was curious how TVD fits into that offense. But okay. I'm going to go ahead Alabama as well. All right, next up. Auburn at California.
Cal.
Auburn is given 6.5.
I don't care. I can't ever. I hate when you put Auburn games in here.
War Eagle.
I don't know.
War Eagle all day. I've never won a single Auburn pick ever. Cal, how much we getting?
You're getting 6.5.
6 and a hook.
There's no way they cover that. But I can't pick Auburn. Like, this is stupid. This is stupid. You did this on purpose.
War Eagle. I'm sticking in the state of
How
Eagle.
on earth do they think Cal's going to keep it within a touchdown?
It's ACC power.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
can't do it.
They're going to come in and win the ACC their first year.
Can't do it. Auburn's going to beat by 30.
First, next year's ACC title game, Cal Stanford
There we go.
in North Carolina.
Right. Charlotte.
Oh, they'll travel well for that.
Yeah, oh yeah, they'll be right there.
You want to know about a BOGO? The ACC will be giving out BOGO tickets for that game. 100%.
So many more tech startups are about to go into Raleigh, North Carolina.
Right, exactly. It's going to become a tech hub. All right, last game, our game. Texas A&M coming in here, taking on Miami 3:30.
Who'd you pick?
Oh, War
We
Eagle,
all
War
both
Eagle.
took
He
War
picked
off.
Cal.
Yeah, Auburn.
No, I picked Cal.
Yeah, he takes Cal because he can't take Auburn.
Take Auburn.
There's a
That's
mental
where I was
hang up.
lost. You were waffling. You were waffling.
I want to take Auburn.
But you
You
refused.
just can't.
I can't. I'm not allowed.
Got it.
It's against
All
my religion.
A&M 3:30 at Miami. A&M given 4.5.
Man, I wish this was a night game.
Well, if it was a night game, the upper bowl would all be sold out.
Yeah, Neat, get the banner ready this week.
There would be more people there.
Yes. Because that's how we roll in Miami.
That's true. It's true. It would be busier.
Yeah. I don't know why this game wasn't put at prime time, but whatever. Oh, because last year it was kind of a snoozer.
A little boring.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm taking Miami.
To cover?
Yes. Well, to win. And so that is going to be a cover. Yes.
Okay.
Taking them to win it on the field.
You got a prediction? We need those.
Yeah. And I will say that the ESPN computer thing is giving the edge to Miami like 52 to like 46 or something like that.
Yeah, the FPI.
Yeah, the FPI has got Miami with a slight little edge to win 98. The game. Just saying. I am going to go with a Miami victory of 31-24.
Okay. All right, so I'll go because I also had us winning this game prior to the season. But then I watched both the games last week. That being said, I'm still taking the Canes. And I'm going to take them to cover, and I'm going to take them to win 23-21.
23-21.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a safety?
It's going to be 3 Andy Borregales field goals. How many is that? 9?
That's 9.
Mm-hmm. Maybe 4.
Carry the 2.
How about 3 touchdowns and a safety? How would you say that?
I'm not sure what we're doing. Maybe 2-point conversion.
All right.
I don't really care how we get there. I told you one of the keys in my game. I need Andy to make all his field goals.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. You can't leave any points on the board.
Very important.
100%.
Your Miami Hurricanes 24. Texas A&M Aggies 28.
Fucking dick.
I picked them to lose
this game anyway.
You just can change it for this. You don't have to be held to something you said in August. It's the actual game week of the game.
Yeah.
August was like 2 weeks ago, bro.
That was a week ago.
Whatever, bro.
It's like 1 week ago.
You're the one that said 7-5, but 90% chance they do better. Now you got them losing to A&M, going 1-1.
He does.
Yeah, I do. 28-24.
That's upsetting.
He's got Miami covering though.
Oh, fucking balls.
He does.
Who cares if you cover if you lose?
Covering.
We need to start 5-0.
Tell you, I'm
Your pocketbook cares. Your pocketbook cares.
I'm going to peel back the curtain a little bit here. This is purely a heart pick for me. Because if I was using my brain, I wouldn't be going that route.
Oh, fucking stop. You guys are awful fans. Both of you
I'm just telling
fans.
my heart. I picked Miami because of my heart, because of my orange and green blood.
All right. Listen, we got to name this thing.
If I had to pick something else, I don't know.
We got to name this thing. And if I'm going with anything, I'm leaning towards, I believe it was the guy comes in my car. I believe was the statement.
Don't remember.
Fire stick
From
fob.
Roe. Yeah. It comes in my car.
Yeah, comes in my car.
I had don't drop the soap.
Okay.
I had protect your back end.
Mm-hmm.
Ro, you got anything?
These are all strong. I want to go with Dabo Sanders.
That one's out.
Okay, I'll change mine. Deion Sweeney.
Jesus. You're no help.
I'm voting for protect your back end.
You got to get after it with your front end. I mean,
Or it could be get after it with your front end. I actually like that better.
That is a good one. That's a nice.
Get after it with your front
Get
end.
after it with your front end.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with that.
That's a nice twist.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Winner.
We'll get less blowback for that one.
Winner.
All right, that is it. So we all going to the game Saturday?
I will.
He
be
is, yes. I will not be there.
I will be there.
Good for you. Good for you.
Listen. You got to win last week. Now I believe again. All right.
Okay, he believes again. Oh, I would be remiss. I should have said this earlier in the show. But before we get off the show, we talk about it all the time. But this is a personal thing for me. I want to send out a massive, shouldn't even listen to this show. Congratulations, though, to my daughter, Mackenzie, who shot 79 a couple days ago. And I was there for it. I don't remember when I broke 80. I wasn't 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Congratulations, Kenzie.
Unbelievable.
She's
Congratulations, little girl.
Killing it, girl. I will also then add, for those of you that are Dolphins fans, OBB Fins Pod dropped its first episode. John Michaels as host. You can go ahead and grab that. Follow on Twitter. Also download wherever you find your podcasts. OBB Fins Pod. See if they have a good season. Season opens up tonight? First game's tonight. Who is it? Is it the Jets and
is it?
Who's playing NFL tonight? Thursday Night Football.
I don't know.
Oh my
God. It's just like the Super Bowl teams.
This is why I got out of fantasy. I didn't know what I don't know what day of the week it is.
It's Detroit and Kansas City.
Yeah, usually it's a Super Bowl team.
Ugh. So that'd be Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Dan Campbells, the fighting Dan Campbells.
The fighting Dan. I can't believe
the fighting Dan Campbells. I love that guy.
Yeah,
I love him. All right, that is a show. As always, go Canes! Go!
Bang!
Go Canes!
Oh, God.